Okay, so now we can say for sure that this function is sending the web history. Let's rename it. Send web history and replace it right here. Okay, so now we just understood the function check calls. It's retrieving what do I need to do next. We can send cookies, open a URL, or sending the web history. Let's go back to the very first script. Okay, so now we can actually know when these functions are actually being called. Let's deobfuscate this. Let's copy all these functions. So now we can simply take all of this all the way until here. Okay. And now here. We copy all of it. Add listener. And that's it. So it's calling Chrome, alarms, on alarm, add listener. Okay, so it's adding a listener when an alarm hits. Okay. This is actually the object for the alarm. So let's rename it to alarm. And now this makes more sense because it's checking the name of the alarm. Name and comparing against some value that we can now see. Okay, let's begin first with this. Great. Probably oops. Okay, so this is the string name. Okay, the name of the alarm, and it's being compared against this. We can simply paste everything here. Okay, so it's a string check calls. Okay, if the name of the alarm is check calls, we call check calls. Great. So now for this, another function. We can follow the same process for pasting everything. And this is check notifications. Okay. So we can remove this. The same with this part too. Great, so it's simply checking if the alarm is check calls or check notifications. Okay. And oh, here's actually defining one of those alarms. Chrome alarms create and something else. We can see a delay in minutes of 1 minute and a period of 1 minute as well. So this alarm is going to be triggering every minute. Okay, so this is create. We can copy these functions and deobfuscate this part. All the way until it's a very long line. Maybe we should hit Shift End and copy all of it. Great, so check notifications. Okay, so it's creating an alarm, check notifications. And okay, these are the obfuscation functions. But here is using another crom function. We can see the text alarm and a very long line too. Okay, let's deobfuscate it. Functions defined. We begin copying the expression until here, the end of the bracket. And okay, so it's alarms. This is get and here another line all the way until here. Okay, so it's trying to retrieve an alarm with the name check notifications. This is the object return. This also should be the alarm. Okay, and if the alarm does not exist, we create it. Awesome. Great. Okay, so we have crom, delay in minutes, and nothing else. So we can probably say that that part is now creating the alarm, but now for the check calls. So let's skip that part by now. And now let's try to see what check notifications do. Let's open the file, notifications. We must first get the prettified version, notifications, and we copy all this. Okay, so now we have the beautified version. Okay. Again, we have a lot of functions using slice, base64 code. Let's try to ignore them by now and see what's really doing. Okay, so probably trying to look for, okay, crom functions. We have a crom function, some sort of query. We have or callback. We end up calling this crom. We do some check. So probably we must begin with this part that seems to be the main part. Let's copy this functions. Oops, sorry, it must be in the console. And we begin deobfuscating. Okay, so this is tabs. And this is update. So we maybe should click OK. Go back to console. And okay, so it's calling Chrome tabs update some object with the property ID, and we specify a new URL. Okay, great. So it's like changing the current URL. Let's inspect what is this variable. Oh, actually the check is using the property URL against another variable. Define it right here. Okay, let's go back. Let's remove these functions. We will not need them anymore. Let's deobfuscate this. And paste it here. For each, okay, so it's iterating something, and every element it's checking the URL against something else, and in case this function returns true, we update that tab. Okay, so this should be some sort of tabs. Let's see. Let's copy this. We paste it. Now we don't need them. And extract all this statement. Okay, so it's tabs. Okay, tabs query an empty object, and okay, so this is actually all the tabs. And we iterate each of them. So this is a single tab. Oops, sorry. Should be tab. Replace. Replace. And yes, now it's more clear. Now let's check what this function is doing. What is checking against? Oh, I think I just deleted it. I don't know where that happened. Let's just copy and go back. Oops, actually I can't find it. Let's see. Oh, it's actually find it here. Right. Let's redo all of our changes. Here we delete it. It was actually just here. Okay, so we have this function. This is actually not so similar to the previous functions. Here we have a slice, but this is defined inside the function. It's using an object that is right here. We have an obfuscated string trying to do something, and it's using this variable that is actually the first parameter, and the second parameter is being used as a second parameter as well. Okay, so we could deobfuscate the string, but we can also notice that this array is only it only has one key, so that should probably be the same, and it even begins with uppercase J. So it's simply doing a comparison, checking if those two elements are equal. So we can replace this here, and now, yeah, we said before, this is our tab, and this is our tabs. Great. And I do not remember exactly what this was. Oh, tabs. Great. We can delete this function, and that's it. So as a summary, we are querying all the tabs available. We iterate through each one of them, checking its URL against this variable, this unknown variable, and in case it matches, we update the URL of that tab. So let's see what this variable is actually doing. Okay, so it's using an object defined here at the for loop, which is iterating each of the elements of this other variable. Again, it's part of this another variable, which comes from the fetch. Okay, so it's retrieving element from internet, interpreting it as a JSON object, and okay, so this is actually the response. So we can rename it. Sorry, JSON response, and we know this is simply the response. Great. So now let's see what these strings are. Okay, notifications. So from the content that it's retrieving from internet, there must be a field notifications. So this should be something like notifications. Since this is each one of those elements, this maybe should be named notification without the S. And okay, so the sender field is actually containing a new URL, the new URL to be assigned to the tab. new URL. And okay, let's deobfuscate that part. Receiver, okay. So we have another receiver and it's checking. Okay, so this should be like our target URL, and the whole idea is now, okay, we retrieve some content from the command and control server. There's a field notifications. We iterate through each one of them. Each of those has a receiver field, which is a target URL, and a sender field, which is the new URL. And now we iterate through all the tabs in the browser, and if the URL matches the target URL, we update to the new URL. So this seems to be used in a phishing campaign. So I believe the attacker can send here in the URL some banking websites, and here its own version, so they can steal credentials and so on. So now we could rename this variable to, sorry, this function to check phishing probably, and update it right here in background, check phishing. Great, so the only part remaining is figuring out what is the endpoint, what is the URL the malware is using to download that info. So let's copy this function and deobfuscate this part. Oh, this is actually a variable, so we must begin from here. Right here. Okay, so this is API notifications, and again this seems like to be the base URL. Let's get all of it, and yep, the same URL. Great, so we can finally rename this variable to URL, replace, and now we can see the whole picture. From check phishing, retrieves the info from this endpoint. And since this is being triggered by alarms, this is going to be triggered every minute. So yep, that will be all the things this Chrome extension is doing.